The 2025 NFL Draft begins tomorrow, and for one Tennessee native, this is a moment he's been dreaming of since his high school days at Farragut. How time at Tennessee has helped prepare Eli Purcell for this moment.
It means everything. I mean, I've worked for this my whole life.
So you're obviously a hometown kid. You decided to make the leap of faith, come here to Tennessee in your final year of eligibility. Now you're looking to hopefully make it to the NFL. Mm-hmm. What is it like kind of being in this final stage, one of your collegiate career and one hoping that it turns into a professional career?
It's time of waiting for sure, and that's why I hear from everyone who's kind of mentoring me, giving me advice about this time. Like, it's a very quiet time, especially now before the draft, but there's no other place I'd rather be. I mean, truly, I'm very glad that I am back in this environment. Mm-hmm. I think this is the best stage I could be on to give me the best opportunity to make it the next level.
Your collegiate career started at Wofford, where you started 22 games. What was your experience like with the Terriers?
It was great. I mean, basically that's where I grew up. Kind of got some snaps under my belt, really grew into a collegiate player, maturing from high school, because that is always a transition, going from high school to college. So it was a great time of learning for me, from learning from my coaches, learning from older players. One guy that I looked up to a lot was Brandon Brown. He was a linebacker at Wofford, and he was a vet. He'd been through it, but he also had just great advice for how to play the game. Another guy like John Beckley, he was an outside linebacker who kind of helped bring me along, I guess, give me advice, give me tips, but also encourage me throughout the way. So it was a great experience that I wouldn't trade for the world.
You've been able to fulfill a number of your childhood dreams, one becoming a collegiate athlete on scholarship. What was that first goal of achievement like for you, where you were able to ink the dotted line, continue your career in college?
It was cool, for sure, and especially such a time of turmoil. So when I graduated high school, it was 2021, which is COVID, which was a very odd time for recruiting, college athletics, really everything. So it was a great feeling just to know that, I got that spot, because there was a lot of guys that didn't get that spot during that time because of all the hectic nature of COVID. So it was obviously an accomplishment for me, but that's not where my goal stopped. That's just the next step. So obviously I was proud and excited and happy about what I had accomplished, but I knew that there was more to come.
What did you think you learned most maybe about yourself during your time at Wofford?
I would say I learned my love of the game. As you can go back and look, our record wasn't always the best. So those trying times of, difficult days, long weeks, close losses, some good wins, it will really show you your true love for the game. When things aren't going your way, are you still putting in the same effort as if they were? Are you still having the same grind, same mentality, same strive for greatness? And that's really where I found that and really secured that, because things were not always going our way, obviously. So learning, my true love and passion for the game and my relentlessness was the thing I really learned there.
How do you think going through that adversity maybe helped you grow as a player?
I would say it helped me tremendously. I mean, truly, if you can be a leader that I was through that time, because when you're going through seasons like that, a lot of people give up. And I think that was a good way for me to walk into leadership, grow into my leadership, and just grow as a player and human, really.
It's important to make the right decisions, like when to go for it on fourth down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions, too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.
How were you maybe able to maintain the focus while at Wofford, knowing that you were still wanting a little bit more?
I think that just plays into what I was talking about, my work ethic, because no matter what happened, it's not about what happens to your life, it's about what you do with it. So my relentless, I guess, chasing after being great in every aspect of my game, physically, mentally, emotionally, really that never stopped. So no matter what would happen to our team, what would happen to me personally, my goals never changed. My work ethic, my methodical nature on how I pursued these goals never changed.
You had probably opportunities to go elsewhere, right? You're on scholarship at Wofford. You put up a good, 3-season career there. But why was it Tennessee? Why did you decide to come here knowing that you were a walk-on and you, again, had to continue to fight for your time?
My biggest thing was not living in regret. So I know that the Lord had a plan for me, and that's my favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, and they are plans for good and not disaster, give you hope in the future." And so I really dove into that, and knowing that, when I came out of high school, I knew the caliber of athlete I was. And as I played Wofford, I knew the caliber of athlete I was. And I knew it was good enough for Tennessee, and that was always my dream, to come play for the Vols. And I didn't want to live with any regret. So I took the chance on myself because I had the confidence in myself, and I knew what I was capable of to play at this level and exceed. So that's really what made me take the leap of faith here, because I did like Wofford. I wouldn't have left Wofford for anywhere but here, because this is where I wanted to be.
How much did you rely on your faith during your time here at Tennessee?
Every day. That's something I would dive into every day, still am. I honestly think that I got closer in my relationship with the Lord while being here than I was at Wofford. I don't know if that had anything to do with being in Tennessee or if it was just how I approached building my relationship, but either way, it did happen that way. And I'm thankful for it.
Now you're here. Just a couple of weeks ago, you're out on the practice field for Tennessee's Pro Day. What was that opportunity like for you?
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better opportunity. I mean, what I was talking about, I don't think I could have been on a better stage. I mean, all 32 teams were here, had some CFL teams here. This is the biggest platform that I could have put myself on. I think I performed extremely well and gave myself an opportunity to show teams what I'm capable of. And I think that my versatility is something that will help get me an opportunity, because, if you need me to play linebacker, great. Like, I got reps of that. If you need me to play fullback, great. Like, I will get the job done. I will make plays. But also, I added one skill of long snapping, which I think is something that helped me a lot. The reason that really happened was during the season, the Browns special teams coordinator came in and was like, if you're mid-skill tight end linebacker, you need to learn how to snap. Because if a snapper gets hurt in a game, we only carry one, so someone else on the roster has to snap.
Okay.
That's really where the idea sparked. So I originally started working basically to be a backup and be a linebacker, fullback, teams, whatever it needed to be. The more I do it, I'm like, I'm good at this. Like, I could be the long snapper. So whether the team wants me to be the long snapper or if he wants me to be the backup or linebacker, fullback, special teams guy, I can fit a lot of roles and will happily do any of them.
Do you think your willingness to be that versatile player, be someone that could fit the system in that manner, kind of just highlights how eager you are to hopefully fulfill this next goal of yours?
I would say yes. I mean, one of the best compliments I got at the Pro Day is that I was a football player. I tried out as a football player. I was not this position. I was not that position. Like, I was a football player. So my love for the game and every aspect of it, I think, is something that will benefit me in the future.
How did your time at Tennessee prepare you for that exact moment?
The opportunities I earned and the opportunities I was given here prepared me for that, because I came here as a linebacker, and as a walk-on, anyone who knows anything about football, walking on is not an easy task. So being able to earn a spot on all four of the special teams unit, being a 4-core starter there, that was a big accomplishment for me, because, when I first got here, there's no promises. When you're a walk-on, there's no promises of you getting on the field. So me being able to earn my way to impact the team on the field as well as off the field, I think being here at Tennessee helped me grow in a different way of leadership that I was not expecting.
Okay. And how did you grow as a different type of leader?
So when I was in the linebacker room, we were a young room for the most part. We had Keenan, who was older, and unfortunately he got hurt. So we were a very young group. And me having experience, me understanding the game of football in all aspects, really gave me a leadership role, even though I wasn't necessarily the guy on the field leading the troops. But, players would come off on the sideline, whether it be AC, T-Land, or Spillman, whatever it may be. They come off, ask me questions. What do I see? What do I expect in this situation? How could I do better? And really just growing in that aspect of my leadership. That's not necessarily being the guy on the field, but still helping the guys who need it, who are in the game, who can learn from my experience in that role. I could see other positions. You know, I would help Jackson Moore. I would help the DBs. I could see how people's body language was reacting during the game, and I could go over and encourage them, help them out, give them tips of what I'm seeing in the game.
Do you think that's what's allowed you to maybe be this versatile type of football player who is willing to kind of play whatever role the team needs you to at the next level potentially?
For sure. I mean, that's the thing. I'll do anything to be an impact, to help the team in any way I can. You know, you walk through the Tennessee locker room, you hear everybody say, like, I would do anything for the team. And that's true for here, that's true for anywhere I go.
Why are you so willing to take on that mindset that you just want to make it to the league in whatever role that might be?
That I just love football, and I love all aspects of it. So I'm not going to confine myself to one spot, but also there might be a team that wants a linebacker or wants a fullback, or they want one of these things. But I would think most every team would want the more versatile guy, because they can fill more spots. That just gives them a lot more opportunities of how they work their roster, how they basically utilize their players. So I think that's really where it came from.
And do you think maybe playing at Tennessee, playing at a powerhouse like Farragut prepares you to be at the next step to play in the limelight like that?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no bigger stage than the University of Tennessee. I mean, you go out there on a Saturday night, SEC game, that's the biggest stage you're going to get on. So I think I'm well equipped for whatever is to come.
Do you think your days playing at Farragut for Coach Eddie Courtney maybe helped shape your mind to know that this opportunity is possible and you need to believe that you can start that opportunity at the high school level?
For sure. I mean, Coach Courtney was a huge aspect of my career in high school and college. I mean, I still talk to him to this day. And just his leadership and guiding me to grow as a man, as a player, I mean, it's going to affect me for my whole life. So I'm eternally grateful for the time, the effort, energy that Coach Courtney and all the other coaches, Coach Brooker, Coach Hawkins, how they all fed into me and my growth as a player and a person.
Is there a moment you can remember back to in your high school days where maybe Coach Courtney planted that seed for you?
I mean, I remember my freshman year, I'm playing freshman ball, and after a couple of good games, he pulled me up to varsity, and you know, he had a talk with me about what my future could entail and how I've earned this opportunity to be on varsity. And I think that's really where he started to, I guess, invest in me and push me towards excellence and showing me that, you know, the sky's the limit. Whatever I want to do is possible, but I have to put in the work.
Now then you fast forward a few years to this point, what does it mean to you just to even be in the conversation, for this to be conversations you're having to potentially play at the next level?
It means everything. I mean, I've worked for this my whole life, so seeing everything come together the way it is, I'm very grateful and excited for the opportunity, and I've put in the work. So whenever I get my opportunity, I'll make the most of it.
What are teams potentially going to get if they draft you?
They'll get someone who's relentless on and off the field. So when I'm in the game, I mean, you're going to see relentless energy, pursuit of the ball, just aggressiveness at the point of attack, but also off the field. I'm always trying to perfect my craft in every way. So I'm going to analyze each step I take, each gap I fit, each route I run, whatever it may be. I want to do the best. So whether that's learning the other team's tendencies or fixing my tendencies, seeing some self-scout, whatever it may be, I'm going to always do the best to elevate my game, but also those around me. I always, whenever I go watch film, I'm always trying to pull guys in, whether it's my position group or someone around me. If you have one great player, that's not going to be a great team. You have to have a great team. So I always try to buy into the team aspect, and when I'm elevating myself, elevate those around me as well.
You're in the final days. Everything that you could have done, you've done it. Now you're kind of maybe in this time frame where it's out of your hands. You mentioned faith is very important to you. What verse or scripture do you rely on in a time that maybe feels a little more uncertain than others?
For sure. Right now is Colossians 3:23. So it says, whatever you do, work heartily for the Lord, not for man. So everything I do, I'm doing my best as I'm working for the Lord. Whatever happens, whatever phone call I get, I don't get, that's not why I'm doing it. That's what I'm hoping to get. But I'm doing this to use my skills to glorify the Lord's name. So there's no stress in this time. There's no, I guess, anxiousness, because whatever happens is supposed to happen. So I'm working for the Lord. I'm doing my best in every aspect, and He's got a plan for me. So we'll wait and see how that pans out.
And lastly, how excited are you to spend this next week or so with your family in anticipation of what could be?
I'm pumped. I mean, there's not a better time to be with my family, with the ones who I love and love me. So, I'm constantly working out, pursuing my craft, but also I'm getting to spend time with my grandpa a lot, who means a lot to me. So we basically go fishing every Wednesday morning. So it's a cool time in this time of waiting while I'm still here in my hometown. It's some good memories I get to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time, and
Yes.
best of luck.
Thank you.
Of course.